Bitcoin reacted to SBF's arrest by actually pumping. It's sitting at 17,700, close to $18,000. ETH, $1,300. I did a video on SBF. He has been arrested, charged with fraud in US court, and then this just came out 2 hours ago. Inside Sam Bankman-Fried's first Bahamas court hearing after his arrest. SBF planned on telling lawmakers he effed up in draft testimony. He effed up. That's it. He effed up with billions of dollars. Crazy. With founder facing charges, new CEO says FTX embezzled customers' cash. Crypto markets near apocalypse in 2022 turned zombie tokens into dead tokens. What is this? Binance CZ welcomes stress test as exchange resumes USDC withdrawals. I talked about the Binance story yesterday. Whether it's a FUD or not, well, you decide. But you have seen a lot of things collapse. And FTX. So yes, Binance is also on the list in the conversations. Same thing with Tether. All right. The number of cryptocurrencies have dropped by about 1,000 since 2022. Well, Feb. The biggest ever decline. According to Statista, often tokens are removed from pricing sites like CoinGecko because they're no longer trading, even if they still technically exist on the blockchain. With the decentralized marketplace, Ethereum debuted his own freshly minted token in July 2019. The STO token soon grabbed traders' attention. The STO price jumped from a few cents to an all-time high around $35 for a few days in March 2022 before quickly settling back to less than $1. From $35 to $1. Well, I'm not surprised. I talk about this many times on my channel. But if you're new, maybe pay attention to this, right? Because coins come out of nowhere and they just die and people move on. It's disappointing to see people moving on, not taking a stand. And then the dudes, the developers, whoever creates this token will come out with a new token, call it something else, and then do the same thing, all right? So it doesn't add up. I talked about Superfarm and some of the big influencers. They get they partnership with some other, low shady stuff, and then literally will create a token and pump it, and then it disappears. So people can create tokens from thin air, pump it, give you this fake hopiums, and that's it. Most cryptos, you like it or hate it, because I've seen, whenever I say this, a lot of dislikes, but that's the reality. Most tokens, most crypto tokens, all right, vaporware, all right, they're driven by hype and memes, and that's about it. That's the reality. You don't want to wait till the end and just to, oh no, let me actually wait and get scammed so I know this is a scam. Precaution is better than a cure, isn't it? So that's the point of this thing, right? Coins come out of nowhere, becomes this $1 trillion whatever, and then the developers, founders will come and say, sorry, I effed up with your money. Do whatever you want to do now. I'm sitting in my mansion playing League of Legends. Now let's read this. Inside Sam Bankman-Fried's first Bahamas court hearing after his arrest. Former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried told Bahamas judge on Tuesday that he was not waiving his right to fight extradition to the US. The former titan of industry appeared in a Nassau, Bahamas courtroom on Tuesday morning to face an extradition order from the US on federal charges of wire fraud, conspiracy, and other allegations. If he's convicted, he could face for life. Bankman-Fried was arrested in Nassau on Monday evening after a magistrate judge signed an emergency warrant for his arrest at the request of prosecutors with the US Attorney's Office in New York. Wow. He arrived to the courthouse at approximately 10:30 a.m. Eastern, wearing a blue suit. Why are you giving me all the details now? Before the proceedings could begin, Bankman-Fried's attorney asked the judge for permission to allow his client to take a prescription medication. What? He took a prescription medication. Adderall? Is it? So you had to take it before... Bankman-Fried told the judge that the medication was in his possession when he was arrested, but he had not had access to it since Monday. A police officer brought a Ziploc bag of Bankman-Fried's belongings to the court, which contained his medication, and the judge asked if he needed water to take it. I don't need water, but I do need to take my shirt off to take them. I need to take my shirt off. Okay, I don't need water. Well, you certainly can't take your shirt off in court, the judge said before allowing him to leave the room for several minutes to take his medication. Is it a nicotine patch that we were talking about, or whatever it is? Bankman-Fried, who was characteristically jittery before taking his medication, was no longer jittery upon his return to court. Bankman-Fried's parents, Joe Bankman and Barbara Fried, were seated in the third row behind members of the press. They appeared to oscillate between dejection and defiance, at times holding their heads in their hands and clasping their hands. Bankman-Fried's mother audibly laughed several times when her son was referred to as a fugitive, and his father occasionally puts his fingers in his ears as if to drown out the sound of the proceedings. You want my opinion on this? This sign, this is one of the clear signs of some crazy thing happening. When you're laughing at a case like this, oh no, this is BS, my son, no, this is impossible. This can never happen, this and this. A long shot at bail. Bankman-Fried's Bahamian counsel pushed the judge to consider allowing the now disgraced former CEO to post a cash bail, arguing that his client was not at a flight risk. He is a flight risk. Prosecutors pushed back, arguing that the extradition treaty with the United States required the defendant to be held in custody. The judge told the courtroom that she has been wrestling with the whether... Who is this? Grant him bail since signing the warrant for his arrest. On a good day, I don't drink. Ask anybody, she said. But yesterday I was sure gonna drink. Bankman-Fried's lawyers argued that he has had opportunities to run up from the moment the FTX issues became public and did not take them. His lawyer added that the flight risk can be mitigated by electronic monitoring systems with a large cash bail. What do you mean by large cash bail? Unless it's $1 billion cash bail. The judge seemed unconvinced and told attorneys that she had several cases in which defendants forfeited cash bail and went on the lam. The defendants actually left their cash and escaped, flee. The cruel expression nonetheless, Judge Ferguson Pratt said they never came back. Bankman-Fried lawyers have requested bail. This is the latest news, ladies and gents. Alright. Yes, it's kind of crazy, and everyone's talking about FTX and SBF. It's there. And let's see how this actually plays out.